Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the most and least used handbags that I have worn or not worn in 2024. So this is going to be a quick video. I'm going to run through these bags really quickly because I don't want to focus on doing like reviews for each of these. I have a lot of reviews on a lot of these bags, so you can go find them on my playlist. But let's get started on the most used, or should I kind of alternate? Let's see how I feel. Okay, so for my first most used bag of 2024 has to be my Chanel 19. This is the size small in this green color. It never shows the right color on screen correctly. It always leans more blue and this weird shade of blue, but it's really not blue at all. It's much more green in real life, so I don't know if this light is showing it correctly. I've got weird lighting right now because it's very dark outside, but this is green. Anyway, I love this color. This is so smushy and such a great wearable bag. I think the reason I got so much play out of this bag this year is because I never travel with my luxury handbags. Almost never, unless it's like a little pochette type of thing. This bag is such a great bag to travel with because it's so smushy and it holds a lot, but also it goes with a lot of outfits, almost every outfit, and it's also an everyday bag. So it's one of my most complimented bags when I'm out in public, actually. I love carrying this because I think the color is happy and it's all seasons, but also it carries a lot, it's functional, and it's such a great everyday bag. Hence, which is why I also wear it on a day-to-day basis a lot when I'm at home, not traveling. So this is by far probably my #1 favorite bag, dare I say, of all time. At the moment. Okay, so I'm gonna do another most used, and these are not in like any kind of particular order, they're just most used bags. This is maybe a little bit unfair because I got this towards the end of the year in 2024, but I still consider it a really well-used bag because when you know you use a bag immediately for an extended period of time after you get it, you know it's a good buy. And I just love my Fendi mini baguette. This is such a great casual everyday kind of bag. It holds a little bit less, but it really does the job just in terms of like throw and go. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what makes a bag easy, is that it's a throw and go, but also goes with every outfit. You don't have to think too much about it. And I think that's kind of the theme of my most used bags, is that you don't have to work so hard at matching things. It just works. Okay, so the next bag I'm going to share with you is a really special one, and I'll explain. So this is my Lanvin pencil box cat bag, and it's weird that this is on the most used list, but as far as it goes with like going out bags, I've worn this a lot this year. This is my most treasured going out bag. This is my most interesting, special art piece bag, and it's just too special. It really is so special. And it's always a conversation piece. It's always a bag that is brought up in some way of like, wow, that's interesting. And it just makes you feel like $1 million. So I've really gravitated towards this bag. It's a black and gold bag. You can't go wrong with it in terms of just pairing your outfits, but it's a real statement piece when you're going out. And so I tended to wear this a lot. And so this definitely deserves a place on the list, even though it's like not an everyday kind of day bag. The next most used bag on this list, I'm going to make it my Loewe Mini Flamenco. This is such a great bag. Again, such an everyday throw and go type of bag. I have a review on this bag, so I don't know which order I'm posting things, but I will definitely be going through the pros and cons. If it's not already posted, I'll list it on the cards here. But this is such a great throw and go everyday bag. It's also all seasons, and I think that makes a real big difference in terms of how often you use a bag, because there's certain bags that are more geared towards like summer, spring, and then there are some more bags that are just geared more towards like winter, fall, and that sort of thing. So this is definitely an all seasons bag. It's a very classic bag, but still very interesting, and the donut chain is everything. The color is everything. The functionality is so good, and I really just couldn't go wrong with this, and this was definitely a good buy for me. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off this most used list with a bag that I was so pleasantly surprised with that really brought me a ton of joy, and that is my Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the MM size Damier Azur. I just love the Neverfull, especially in the Damier Azur, because it's bright, it's happy, and it also, I love the structure. Like, I just love the structure of it. It's not like a slouchy tote. It keeps its shape, and you can also put an organizer in here, which I do, because I find that way more functional in being able to use it. Oh, excuse me, my nose is running. I do find it very functional. I find the strap drop super easy to just wear on your shoulder. And I really love the Damier Azur prints. I think adding a Keroppi charm really adds a lot of personality and happiness to the bag. And it's these little things that really make the experience of wearing your bag so much better, in my opinion. And when you open it, it's got the pink rose ballerine lining. Again, there's just so much brightness and happiness in this bag. I do tend to wear this more during like the warmer seasons rather than winter, fall. It's still a bag that, like, every time I whip it out, I'm like, oh, this bag is so good. Like, this bag is really so good. So I'm gonna go into the least used bags, and I'm obviously not going through my entire collection. If I haven't mentioned the bag, it just means that I've worn it, but I just don't wear it to death, or I haven't not worn it. So these are the bags I just haven't worn at all in 2024, and it does sadden me, but there are still bags that I love so much that I would never get rid of them. So let's get started with the first one. I'm ashamed to say, but I've almost sold this bag last month. Yeah, in December. This is the Louis Vuitton Dauphine bag. Now, I absolutely love the Dauphine line. Like, love, love, love the Dauphine line. I really do love this bag, but for quite a while, I kind of regretted getting the MM size. I really wish I got the mini size, and now they have a variety of different sizes, like the East-West, which I would have absolutely loved had that been out. Like, I got this not too long after it came out. I mean, maybe like a year after it came out or something like that. Now, I got this bag because I loved the Pochette Matisse so much, but I realized I already have the Pochette Matisse, and it's a good size, and I don't need two bags that kind of compete with each other. This aesthetic, in my opinion, is totally different from the Pochette Matisse, but in terms of functionality and size, the Pochette Matisse is much better because this is quite bulky. And what I love about this bag is that it comes with a chain, and that's what makes the bag so much more sexy, in my opinion. It also has a crossbody. It's so beautiful. It really adds bling, and just, it adds a lot to the bag. However, it is so noisy when you wear it, and this is not a chain that I would put on my shoulder. This is just like a decorative chain that I would use, so not functional. But when it hangs like this, it makes so much noise when you walk. Again, it's a very bulky bag against your body, and that kind of turns me off. So more than the noise, the bulk, it's just not it. And I was going to sell it to Fashion File when I was in the city in December, but I was like, when you look at Fashion File for what they were selling it for and what I would get for it, it just wasn't worth it, because what I would have wanted to do was then purchase the mini and, or, you know, ideally I would have loved to trade it, but I don't think they do trades. So the mini size in some cases is more expensive than the MM size, and taking such a big hit on this price would just not have made sense. I would have had to spend so much more money just to get a mini. And so in the end, I was like, I'm gonna try to reintroduce myself to this bag. I don't know, maybe sometimes like when I wear it like only on the shoulder, it's not so bad. When I wear a crossbody, it's like a mailbox. I think I'm gonna have to wear it more as a shoulder bag and just see how I get on with it, so we'll see. Okay, the next least used bag is my Chanel Trendy CC bag. This is in the size small in the, why do I always forget? Chevron quilting in this navy blue color. And it's like one of the original versions. So it's the one where you can actually detach the shoulder strap. Anyway, I love this bag. I will never sell it. This used to be a bag that I used to bring a lot to the office when I went into the office, but I just don't do that anymore. And so I have to reinvent the look for this bag in terms of how I wear it. And I just haven't really given it too much thought yet as to how I can restyle it to make it a little bit less officey and a little bit more casual. So it's just something that I'm gonna have to, like, again, reintroduce into my wardrobe in a more casual way. And I think once I do that, I should be able to wear this more. Anyway, I really love this bag. We'll never get rid of it. I think it's a timeless bag that will take me through the rest of my life. I just need to incorporate it in a more casual way. So that's it. Okay, so the last bag that I'm going to introduce to you as my least worn bag is, sadly, my Louis Vuitton City Steamer in the PM size. They don't make this in the regular calfskin leather anymore. They only make it in exotics for some reason, but this is such a beautiful bag. This is one of my first leather bags from Louis Vuitton and I love it. And again, because I don't really go into the office anymore, I just don't reach for it anymore because it's a little bit serious and I live a very casual life now, so it's just a different vibe. However, I do think it's an easy fix. I think that I can add bag charms or, you know, cute doodads to give it a little bit more personality. Having the bag charms is not going to detract from it. If anything, it'll just make it less serious. It'll make it more casual and make it more fun and therefore more wearable for me. So I think I'm going to add some bag charms. I'm going to play with it and see how that works for me because this is such a great bag. It's just a forever bag and I love it. It does sadden me that I haven't worn it at all last year, but just because I haven't worn it in a year or just because I haven't worn these bags all year, I don't think that's any reason to get rid of a bag because if you still love it like I do, then you should still keep it. But there's no reason to get rid of something that you love and that brings you a lot of joy. And these definitely do, despite me not having worn it in a year. So that is it. That is my most and least used bags of 2024. And I feel like I did pretty well as far as the least used goes. Like, it's not a huge list, so I think that's pretty good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. These are always like the fun videos I think people like to watch. I like to watch. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, then I would love it if you can give it the thumbs up. That really helps my small channel out. And if you wanted to check out any of my other videos, you can do that here. And I will see you next time. My eye's twitching. Do you see it? Twitching, left, twitching.